It's just that everything the Protoss did got countered. The hidden third Nexus and the High Templar tech.
Well, yeah, anytime you take a risk like that, obviously it's going to be good if you can get in there and, like, if you can hold any kind of early type of pushes and hang out for a while, and the other guy just hangs out for a while because he's scared of you because you're a random player. Well, yeah, I mean, it could work really well. So, I believe we're going to have Tapeless coming in, guys.
I'm actually not in the channel, so I don't know what's going on.
I'm in the channel, and they're basically having, like, a little regional summit about who they want to play. And they're basically voting.
Right in front of us.
Yeah, so we're just kind of waiting to see who they end up having play. I think it looks like it's going to be Tapeless now.
Can you check his profile for me?
Yeah.
They might be saving an ace for last. That could be like their worst player. Just like, oh damn it.
Oh yeah, that was...
I guess it's you now. Just you, I'm sorry.
So he is 34 games in his Masters Division, 23 wins, 11 losses, ranked 68. So, most played race, Protoss. But he appears to play a shit ton of team games, although this is definitely not going to be a team game. He's got, I would say, about nearly 2,000 team games between 2v2, 3v3, and 4v4, and his Masters in all of them. So I'll give him that.
Ah, pretty good. We'll see how, because I'm not sure if he's, I think he's probably already Masters from last season, and then he just started as Masters, and if that's the case, then he's pretty good. But if it's the case where he made a new account and then went up, that's the best record.
I'd say that's unlikely a new account with 666 2v2s, 740 3v3s, 544 4v4s, and then 34 1v1. So I think just more of a team player than a 1v1 player.
I see.
But we have most played race as Protoss, so I'm assuming he's going to play Protoss, but we'll see. Plays his 2v2s with a Terran player named Protoss.
Terran player named Protoss. Yeah, I've seen some weird names, like a Terran guy whose name was Zealot.
So we're just waiting here now for it to come up. Alright, so now we are finally getting invited to the game. The elections and deliberations are over, 13. They elected a player to play. They found a map, and we're going to have a game.
MLG Metalopolis.
Yes, indeed. Protoss is actually a decent Terran. Now, if that doesn't blow your mind, I don't know what would. Is Terran a decent Protoss? I can't help but wonder. Is Zerg a good Terran?
And Tapeless is rank 68, so I'm gonna say he's probably not as good as the last few players.
I don't know, it's hard to tell. He's got so many team games. I mean, I guess if he understands the 1v1 games, he could be pretty good. But we're definitely gonna find out in a second here. That's weird. Tapeless is his, like, picture and stuff didn't really show up. But he's gonna be playing Protoss, so we'll get that updated for you guys. So Anathorn going for the all-kill, Tapeless going to save the day, trying to do the counter all kill. We'll see who's gonna actually finish their all kill first.
I don't know which race this map favors. I think it's gonna depend on who's the offensive one and who's the defensive one. If anyone's trying to take their natural, the defense one probably gonna be a little bit trouble because it's a pretty wide open natural.
Yeah, definitely. I think early expand plays on this map can definitely be very hit or miss. I mean, it really depends on what kind of a build your opponent's doing. If you're doing something a little more passive off of one base, I think you can get away with it. If they're being aggressive off of one base, I mean, you're definitely gonna have a hard time holding some kind of really like greedy early expand, like 1 Rex expand, 1 gate expand against 4 gate or 3 Rex stim push or something like that.
I'm not surprised if, as a Terran player myself on this map, I'd love to go for some kind of factory Banshee or anything factory tech related, because Marine Marauders.
Quick?
Well, I guess, would you say Hellion Drop is cheesy?
Oh, 13. What will we ever do with you? One of these days we'll teach you how to play a macro game. One of these days.
That's horrible. That's horrible. That's an insult. Come on.
We'll buy you some lessons with some more macro-oriented players.
That is a lie, guys.
We'll teach you how to 1 Rex expand.
No, that's a horrible strat. I will never do that, ever.
Too passive for you?
Yeah, that's never gonna happen. Gotta be some kind of Bluffin Hellion expand. That's more like it.
Banshee expand?
Yeah, expand.
I go 6 racks into expand, guys.
Eventually. If it doesn't work out for me.
So we got Tapeless here setting up, has his gas, has that first gateway up. Honestly, not expecting to see a whole lot from either one of these players until they can get the scout out of their base. Gas obviously has to go down at certain times if you're going to be doing build X or Y, but aside from that, you typically want to get that first Marine or Stalker out before you're really going to get too heavy into your build, or you're definitely going to give away everything you're doing. So interestingly enough, Anathorn's going to be going for the wall off at the front, doesn't want the Protoss to be able to scout what he's doing. So in some ways, I mean, I guess that could be a bit of a tip-off that he's definitely going to probably be teching.
Yes, and I think he's going to put down factory. Yep, there we go.
So if we do have that factory going for Anathor, and meanwhile, the Protoss player is taking the second gas, letting the Terran see it, so he's not trying to hide that he's, considering getting out some sentries or something like that in the early game. I mean, obviously, it doesn't stop him from doing something like, Stargate or, 4-gate or something like that, but definitely not going to be some kind of, crazy hard 4-gate, quick win attempt or anything like that.
Yep. And he's taking a second gas, Anadorn, so I'm not sure what's going to happen here. Oh, I think this is Banshees. This is definitely a Banshees build. Reactor, barrack.
And he's getting out that bunker at the front. I mean, bunker at the front's definitely one of the biggest signs that the Terran player is definitely going to be going for some kind of Banshees, because that's when you're the most worried you're going to die.
Mm-hmm.
Because Banshees do have that little bit of a timing window where something like a 4-gate push or something like that could definitely
Whoa, Naughty probe. There's a Naughty probe going up there. I don't know what's trying to do. Proxy Stargate? Proxy Dark Templar? What's happening?
Proxy something maybe, unless he just wants to, really likes having pylons over here. I mean, I guess that's a possibility.
I think Stargate, most likely at this position.
I mean, he does have the 2 gas. He's got 1 Stalker up, but he's only got 1 gateway still. Hasn't added any other gateway, so Stargate definitely could be likely. But this Hellion's not going to actually see anything.
Hellion probably not going to be bored and go up there and be like, hey.
Yeah, I don't see a whole lot this Hellion's going to be able to do from this position, but that pylon now up, and now the probe's just heading back home. So apparently he just really wanted a pylon up there.
Yeah, and that pylon's not anywhere range to warp into the low ground, so that's really weird. That's a really weird random pylon.
Is going 3-gate, though, with a Stargate, so going with a 3-gate Stargate build here. I'm not sure if he's going to cancel that Stargate or not now that the Terran player is actually scouted. It doesn't look like he's actually going to. I
think he's just very confused. It's like, what should I do?
Yeah. I mean, we got Anathorn going for a quick second tank.
Cancels the Stargate.
Yep, has canceled the Stargate. Now we're going to get Twilight Council, so...
What the heck?
3-gate Blink Stalker now?
Most likely Dark Templar. I mean, Blink Stalker is Terran.
Is
Unless
hiding
it's
a
like a
pylon
gas
in the
system.
smoke, so definitely could be a possibility.
Yeah, that is such a strange build.
Does have this pylon over here where he could warp stuff into this base and then go down the ramp and around. I don't know. I'm
And
not 100% sure what
Anadol's
he's doing
making
here.
Viking. He is making a Viking, so he's probably expecting some kind of Stargate play after he scouts the Stargate.
Yeah,
But he
I
actually-
mean, definitely not like the worst decision in the world. Now we have the Protoss going with one base. Twilight Council Robo canceled Stargate. I'm not even sure what I call this build, but he apparently has some inkling of what he wants to do, I would assume, at this point.
Yes, and Anadol's putting out Command Center.
And
So this
sure enough, we have a
definitely-
Dark Shrine coming down. So
Yep,
I
this is...
think we're going to attempt to go DTs into it and expand, and then look like we're 3-gate Robo? I don't know.
This is just so strange. The Protoss player definitely did not plan out like a perfect cheese. This is just like he's going up along and he's like, ah, shit, I made some mistake. Now what?
Yeah, I mean, he kind of opened up one gate, then he kind of built this proxy pylon like he was maybe going to proxy something, and he didn't do that. So then he went with more gateways